battle report. Today, Jake is playing Vann. Say hi, Vann.
Hey.
All right. It's going to be 1,850 points. We're playing Emperor's Will, Hammer and Anvil, Ravenwing against Demons. So.
There is also a unit of Terminators.
And, oh yeah, and Blau, because he's a jerk.
No, just regular.
Oh, just regular ones? Okay. So run through my list real quick. I've got Kairos. I have a Great Unclean one with Mastery Level 3, a Greater Reward, Exalted Reward. He has a Grimoire. I got a Lord of Plague Demon Prince who is taking nothing but Demonology powers. I have 2 Lords of Fate, even though one's red. Just he got a taste of corn and decided he didn't like it, so he went back to Tzeentch. They're taking all Tzeentch powers. They're level 3 with 2 Greater Rewards apiece. And then I've got 2 10-man squads of Plague Bears that are really acting right now as nothing more than a scout shield. So, Vann, what have we got over here with the Ravenwing?
We have 4 Ravenwing squads. The front 2 squads have Melta. The back 2 squads have Plasma.
Sweet.
Command squad, full 5-man squad with a Librarian in the middle and Samael leading. 2 regular ones. One of them has the grenade launcher.
Okay.
Then a champion, apothecary, standard bearer with a standard of fortitude.
Sweet.
2 attack bikes with multi-melta. And a 5-man Terminator squad with Cyclone missile launcher and 3 Thunderhammer storm shield.
Awesome. So Vann set up first, and he is giving me turn 1. So we'll see at the top of Demon's turn 1. Pretty much just moved the Plague Bear wall up. Moved my Lord of Plague Demon Prince up, and he casted a bunch of Demonology powers and made some Plague drones. Just moved these guys up, moved him around, and that was pretty much it. I didn't want to get too close to the bikes because getting in double tap range sucks. So we're on to Ravenwing 2 or Ravenwing 1. What happened this turn?
Pretty much every single bike squad moved up to at least get a minimum shots off. Wounded a couple of Plague Bears here and a good chunk of them here.
Yeah, they get about 4 or 5 Plague Bears.
And I shot the piss out of the drones in the middle.
Yep.
And I ended up assaulting them and getting first blood.
Yep, they died. He got them with a rad grenade, put them down to toughness 4, and then charged them
And
like a big meanie head.
Oh,
So my 2, and I don't have anything in reserve. Demon's turn 2, pretty much moved all the Plague Bears up, moved the Demon Princes and Kairos up, and then just moved the Great Unclean one up. The Psychic phase has proven to be pretty difficult. I got off 3 shooting attacks and killed, what, two bikes? 1 bike? 1 bike. And then Warp Storm got me Slay the Warlord. I rolled an 11, and Psyker was his Warlord, and he rolled 3d6 and failed his leadership check, and he turned into a Herald of Tzeentch. And that's pretty much all I did this turn. So we are on to Vann's 2.
3, I moved everything, kind of split forces. And since you killed the Librarian off, I didn't really have any psychic phases because of your Warp Storm.
Right.
I did lose a bike because of plasma overheating, and also another bike because of plasma overheating. But I ended up putting 3 wounds on your Flying Demon Prince, but he did not fall. I charged your bike, killed your other Plague Marine squad lining there just from bolter fire, and then charged this unit and killed them down to 1, so they're locked in combat.
Yeah.
And the 1 Herald that did spawn off my Librarian being possessed also.
Yeah, he got charged and punched in the nuts.
Very
So.
much so. And that's my turn 2.
All right, so we're on to Demon's turn 3. Kairos failed Grimoire check, so we flew him off the board. Moved my Lord of Plague Demon Prince up, and he cast Summoning to put me some troops in here. And then he had the perils and forgot how to cast Summoning. So, moved these 2 guys up, and Vector struck the bike troop squad. Ended up shooting them and then making them run. And pretty much everything else was ineffective. So we are on to Ravenwing turn 3. And the troop, little fellow, died back there. So just had that. Ravenwing turn 3. What happened to us, Vann?
Alright. They rallied and moved up. Everyone pretty much tried to move up to get around the Demon Princes. Also coming towards the Plague Bearers and everything like that. I put 2 wounds on blue.
Yep.
You thought I'd killed red, but then I
did.
reminded you you were Zinch and got a
Yep,
reroll.
he got a reroll on a 1. He's red, so I forget that he's Zinch.
And that's the only wounding I did. I was just pretty much repositioning and couldn't even reach close combat. So
Yep.
just trying my best to drag your flyers down.
All right, so we're on to turn 4. Was not good. Kairos came back on the board, hiding out in the back.
Guess what? Johnny's presence.
These 2 demon princes flew over and killed 1 guy with Vector Strike.
And I'm also going to use Ravenwing
And did some psychic shooting and didn't kill anything. So the big kicker was my Lord of Plague that used to be over here casted. I decided to cast a possession on him to make a Great Unclean one over here. And so he got removed from play. So then the Great Unclean one came on the board, and then he scattered off the board, and I rolled a 1. So I lost both models. But at least he got off some Plague drones before that. And I killed 1 model in the whole turn. That's Vann's dead models over there, and how many of those am I responsible for? Maybe like 3?
No. You got the librarians from the Warp Storm.
Yep.
They weren't flying. I would have like played all my
This
at
biker
once
and those bikers.
and just like
Yeah.
destroyed
So like 4.
Yeah, pretty much.
4, yeah. Van has killed more of his models than I have killed. That is a true statement. So we're
Because both plasma over here.
so yeah
Yeah, about 4.
yeah exactly.
4 or 5.
the other one.
Yeah. It's tough. I'm struggling here. My flying monstrous creatures are hurting bad. So let's see what Van does. Okay, so Ravenwing turn was this 4.
Yep.
What you do, Van?
Moved over here trying to take him down. Didn't do shit. Same for there. Turbo boosted everything over there.
Yeah, set himself up in position to get on my objective, which is inside of the building in there.
And I shot and then assaulted the plague bearers and wiped them out.
Yeah, killed the Blade Bears in assault. So we're on to my turn 5. Turn 5. Flew Kairos up and was really hoping for him to do some damage. He put 1 wound on the attack bike. Flew my Lord of Fate Demon Prince up to put some shots back here and failed. Then I charged into the bike squad and 1 combat and the bikes ran. So
Sack him and you take damage.
things are looking a little bit tough on me. So we'll see what happens in turn. Van, you turn bikes 5.
Pretty much everything came up, surrounded your plague drones.
Yep.
And I shot the absolute piss out of them.
Yeah, with all of these things, he hit him with the rad grenade and the rad launcher, and then popped him with everything else. So,
And then moved everything up over here to hopefully hold this objective.
so he's got all of his bikes in there on my objective. So effectively, he's taking the objective from me right now because he's got troops.
And shot up Palpinargle and did a whole bunch of nothing.
A whole bunch of nothing.
And that was my turn.
That's it. All right, Van, you want to roll to see if it goes on? A 5, it does. So it is Demons turn 5. I pretty much flew all my Demon Princes over here, dropped Kairos down, and had forgot I was going to charge with him, and then remembered that you can't charge the turn you drop, which is awesome. So I was going to cast Stream of Corruption, which is pretty cool now because all your Nurgle models automatically get a AP3 Poison 4+ Flamer template because of Chaos Psychic Focus. But he failed it, so I couldn't kill any of those guys. My red Demon Prince flew on and vector struck the 1 wounded attack bike and killed it, but then he mishapped and died, or perils and died. Did a lot of shooting and was able to kill the other attack bike. So I have 1 unit of his on my objective, and all of his stuff is over here. So really Jake needs it to go to a turn 7 situation for it to go on. Otherwise, Van is going to win pretty handily with 2 objectives. So on to Bike's turn 6. Van pretty much, what do we do here? Shot everything that you had at Kairos.
Yep, shot everything I could at Kairos.
Because he failed the Grimoire check. That was the other thing we forgot to mention. He failed his Grimoire check, so he only had a 5-up invul.
Yep. Moved everything, shimmied around to guarantee I'm holding this, and also try to get some shots off of Kairos.
And
turbo boosted to where I can guarantee to get a line breaker.
Yeah.
And that was it.
All right, Van, you want to roll to see if the game ends? It goes on. Okay, so end of Demon turn 7, and I think, Van, we can pretty conceivably say it's the end of game.
Yep.
I moved my blue Demon Prince up, pretty much shot everything into the bike squad, killed them down to 2, and then charged them with K-Rows. K-Rows smashed and killed 1, and I really needed him to fail his hit and run check, and he didn't, so he got out, which basically means that at the bottom of turn 7, he'll drive right in on my objective, and then he'll also get line breaker here. So that would give you both objectives.
Let's make sure he doesn't fail dangerous terrain.
Okay.
He does not.
Then he's fine. So that would give Vann the primary.
Both objectives, so I'll win that.
Yep, he would have, so that gives you 3 points, and then you'd get line breaker. Right, so 6 points plus line breaker is 7, plus first blood is 8 to my 1. So, Vann, what do you think? 7th edition.
Oh, I love 7th edition. So I like the psychic phase. So it's just like 6th edition, just with a little bit of change.
How do you feel it's changed your Ravenwing at all?
No, not necessarily. Ravenwing always had problems against dealing with flyers, mainly because you don't have any anti-air, and all your stuff is flying. But even with that, I was still pretty able to deal with anything you threw out. Yeah. And with your demons, your flying demons, not being able to do as much damage as they used to be, it really. I just sat back
and I think that's the big thing. Just the lack of offensive output that my army has now it's mind-boggling how much it's changed.
Yeah, you lost a lot.
I mean, I'm not going to say that the Flying Circus Demon list is dead, but what I will say is it's going to have to be played differently and built differently, because you just don't have the firepower that you used to have. But yeah, I think I don't know. They just have no. You're getting off maybe three shooting attacks a turn, and but then you're not getting any of your buffs. So you really have to choose. It's like at the beginning of the turn, you have to choose. Okay, am I going to cause damage, or am I going to protect myself, or am I going to create more units? And you're not going to get all.
Because if you go with demonology to start spawning monsters, like you said, almost every single one of them is a warp charge 2 or 3.
Right.
So it's a lot harder to get off. And
absolutely.
You can get 30 plus power dice in a turn, but when you're throwing 6, 7 dice, perils almost guaranteed, and you don't know if you will get them. I mean, it could be good, but every single unit, in my opinion, would have to be doing it, and you would have to pray to God you can just swarm the field with models.
So I think that's going to do it for us here. Thanks for watching. We'll check you out later.